If you have not yet listened to chapter 113, please stop listening right now and go back. You don't want to listen to this. Listen to chapter 113 and then come back. Okay, so I have now had my 60 hours to, well, admittedly slightly more, to think about this problem. And I have to admit, I don't have a complete solution. I have like an idea of what he should do, but I don't know how he would do it. A lot of my pondering ended up focusing around prophecy and how it could potentially be interpreted differently. I also was trying to think about what the book tried to teach, what was its main themes. And so if there was something that we were supposed to be using the techniques, so to speak, that we had been taught through this book, rationality, the scientific method. And so I started asking myself questions like Harry would. I noticed that I'm confused. What do I think that I know, and how do I think that I know it? And I decided that Harry was in an impossible situation. He couldn't win through brute force, so he had to do something with his words. And most of the time, I think in the story, when he really does something, he does it through thinking it through and persuading someone. And if he's being a rationalist, he does it through thought, not necessarily through action. So what thoughts is he having? And then how does he use those thoughts to persuade someone else? And how is that persuasion going to keep him alive? And so, to conclude my thoughts, Harry could have come up with a solution at any point in this story, but he doesn't. And there must be something that happens in chapter 113 that makes him realise, gives him some new piece of information that he didn't have before. And so the last thing that Voldemort says is about the power. What power is it that I don't know about that you have? And I think the author will use that as a springing off point to give Harry a light bulb moment and go, the prophecy says that, and then he thinks about the prophecy, and then he'll reinterpret the prophecy. So it's not a power that Harry has that Voldemort doesn't. It should read, in my mind, like this. He will have power the Dark Lord knows not, in that the Dark Lord knows a power and thinks that Harry has it, but he will not have that power. He won't have, and that power that the Dark Lord thinks that he has is the power to destroy the world. And then as the prophecy goes on, either must destroy all but a remnant of the other, and these two spirits cannot exist in the same world. And I think this is about hypotheses and the scientific experiment. So either must destroy all but a remnant of the other is two hypotheses put against each other, and then these two spirits can't exist in the same world. You can't have two ideas that are opposing, that are both true. One is true and one is false. They can't both exist in the same world. So the conclusion I have is that Harry will realise this reinterpretation of the prophecy, tell that to Voldemort, and then say, you need to perform an experiment to work out whether it is me who is going to be the destroyer of the world. Because if I'm not, then you're doing away with the wrong person. And for some reason, for this experiment, Harry's going to have to be alive and Hermione's going to have to be alive. And I don't know what the experiment is. That's as far as I got. And I could be barking up completely the wrong tree. But there you go. You have my theory. And we shall now read chapter 114.